Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Naomi, China D, China, whatever you guys want to call me. It's all the same thing. I know I haven't really done a video like this in quite some time, but with the topic, I just didn't want to do it as a live because when I viewed Krishan Sims' video talking about what she was going through and her trip to Miami, and when she got back, her feelings on that and how her family was treating her, and she felt like they were putting things in the vents, basically just feeling like her family was out to get her. Now, I'm not saying I don't believe anything that she's experiencing, but listening to the video, I was like, I've heard this before. I've heard her before. Not her, but I've heard someone experiencing the same thing she is experiencing. And a lot of people nowadays are starting to kind of look into mental illness. And I knew if I were to do this video in a live type setting, it would be that argument. Does she have mental health issues? Or is this her reality? And so, to avoid all of that, I said, I'll just make a video to just give to you guys and give you guys my perspective. And so while watching that, and like I said, I felt like I knew who this person was. I've seen this before. I've heard this before. To me, in my opinion, I do feel like there is some type of mental illness there. I mean, not in a bad way. To me, no mental illness is really, bad. It's a part of you. It's, what life experiences bring your way and how you cope and deal with them. Now, do I say, oh, I don't think her father's ever abused her, or I don't think, her family is bugging her or anything like that? I don't know. I'm not there. But I do hear her say, a lot of people are saying, I have a mental illness. And sometimes the ones with the illness cannot see it. They don't see it at all. And then she goes on to talk about, she built herself, and, she made her who she is. And hands down, 100%, I can't say she didn't, I see the work she has put into her body and into her craft. Gorgeous young lady. And it can come from that too, You go from being one way, and then the next thing you know everybody knows you. And that can be overwhelming for some. And hearing how she likes to seclude herself, be with her own thoughts and spend long periods of time in her room. I mean, that can be a sign of depression. Yes, people can have it all, and still, it's not that it's not enough. I mean, I don't know how I want to explain it. It's come too quickly, or they weren't ready for it. It just depends, like I said, how someone takes what life gives them. So I am going to play her video that a lot say it had to have been a scheduled video because she's been missing for over like a month now. But I have seen recent reports that she was seen in Pasadena at a hospital between 9/11 and 9/12. Not the time, guys, but September 11th through September 12th. And she was complaining about, you know, she had hardness of breathing, you know, her breathing was kind of shallow. And from there, to my knowledge, they have not spoken with her again since then. So could this be Cookie saying, give me time, give me my space? Because she does say, I went to Miami for my birthday. I do not remember the last night, and I came back pregnant. But then she also says her mother ignores the fact, her father ignores the fact. So I would think of that to be like, is this something she has said before or has done before? I don't know. Am I accusing her of that? No. But I'm just trying to put the pieces together, trying to understand where Chrisean is coming from. And since she's nowhere to be found, it just leaves everyone's mind up to speculation. But if the closest people to her are the ones saying, there's something wrong, there could just be something wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to play her video where she talks about what she's been going through, what her father's put the family through, what she's been dealing with living at the household with her family, and we'll go from there. All right, here's the video.
Okay, so this really isn't a video that I truly wanted to record, but it's currently my life. So, I went to Miami for my birthday. I don't remember the last night, like literally it's just erased from my memory. But I came back pregnant, okay? And I told my family, nobody gives a f***. And in result, like, I told my mom, she didn't do anything. And then they purposely put something in the living room and in the AC vents to cause me to have allergic reactions. So every single time I step out of my room, I'm literally having an allergic reaction. And I have been hiding out in my room because I don't want to encounter anybody. And for whatever reason, that alone is driving people up the wall. They're so mad that I'm in my room. So they're doing shit to get me to come out of my room to interact with them. And then when I don't give them anything, they bring my parents into it, and then my dad gets abusive. So I don't even know what the f happened for my dad to come over the last time. But he popped up mad about God knows what. And it was before 4th of July. And attacked me, like literally the day before 4th of July. Like smashed my head and now all that shit. My mom was sitting right there, didn't do a thing. Am I surprised? No. So, because I've been getting abused by him. Like, it started when I was 16. He hasn't done, and she literally has done nothing about it. He's put our family through everything a man could possibly do to women and a family. And she's stayed right there and is still excited and boasts about that stupid ass relationship. So, that happened. And then literally it was seconds before I told him I was pregnant. He didn't believe me. Was still aggressive, and then fucking started crying out of nowhere and got up and left. Then the next day he showed up to bring me food for 4th of July. And like, almost was like trying to step into my room happy as fuck like we were going to have a conversation. I grabbed the food, said thank you, and closed it on his face. Because like, did you forget what the fuck you did yesterday? And this entire time, for the last 3 months, I'm 3 months pregnant. The last 3 months, everyone's trying to convince me that I have mental issues, but there's text messages of him boosting me up and telling me that I can be the best entrepreneur that this family has seen, and then he's coming over and using me. It's just like, everyone's trying to convince me that I have mental issues, but literally everyone in my family is truly acting mental. Like, truly acting mental. So then yesterday, again, there's something in the fucking common area that they have done, like sprayed. It literally smells like so strange. And they put in the common area, and there's a roach that they have left under the table. Like, I'm supposed to give a fuck or care. I don't eat at that fuck, so I don't give a fuck that roach is there. I don't give a fuck that y'all have sprayed whatever it is you sprayed. I need to go into the kitchen, make my food, and come back into my mother's room. So everyone's doing everything they can to get me to acknowledge that stupid ass roach, and it's just like, y'all acknowledge it. The fuck, you, like, leave me alone. It's like, it's literally all I've been wanting this entire time is for my entire family to leave me the fuck alone, because they're fucking wild and crazy and weird. So he comes over. Oh, I open the window because I'm trying to let it air out, because it literally is absolutely absurd and ridiculous. My sister keeps getting upset about to open up the window, talking about she's not paying for the AC to get fixed. But I'm not gonna air her out, but it's just like, girl. Okay? When the AC actually blew out during the summer, I was the one who called to get it fixed. Just like, what? You didn't pay for that? None of us did. The landlord who we rent from paid for it, because that's what, when you're renting from somebody, the person who owns the building pays for it. Hello. So she just keeps walking around ranting about how she's not paying for shit, and it's just like, you don't pay for shit anyway, but whatever. So she's yelling and screaming at 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday about the fact that the window was open, literally because the fucking was cracked. She's screaming at my mom at 8 o'clock in the morning because the window's cracked. Because the window is cracked, okay? So then my dad, oh, that was 8 o'clock in the morning. Damn near 12 hours later, 7 p.m. in the afternoon, because of the last time, I literally go to sleep with my door locked. Because it's just like, I'm not doing none of this shit. Someone just popping up, opening up my fucking door, and just, no, I'm not doing it. I'm so not doing it. Because last time when he popped up with the food, for one, the time before that, popped up and just opened up my door. It's just like, I'm here. It's like, you don't live here. The fuck you just popping up and just opening up the doors for? So yeah, and then on 4th of July, going back real quick, 4th of July, I mean, yeah, 4th of July, I just knocked at the door, and I was just like, what? Because it's like, at this point, I've already been abused. I'm not talking to my sisters. Like, so she's like, who's knocking on my door and for what? I was like, what? Knock on the door, what? The door opens, and I'm sitting, I literally was laying down right here on my pregnancy pillow. I literally was laying down, and I sit up, my room was dark, and I have the TV on, she's like, from TV. The door opens, I turn around, and I was just like, I'm naked, can you close the door? And he's just standing there, like, peeping in. Why the f*** are you standing there peeping in my fucking room? I'm sitting here naked. So I tell him to close the door. I put my robe on, this exact robe. I open the door, because it's like, what the f*** you want? You just came over here and physically attacked me yesterday. I brought you some food. So we're not going to acknowledge what the fuck yesterday. Got it. So that was the last time we spoke. I haven't spoken to him since 4th of July. It is July 29th. I haven't talked to him the whole. Pops up yesterday, angry about the fucking window being open in the morning. I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning one time. It was like 6, almost 7. And I opened up the door. I let my dog go out use the restroom. And when she came back in, like she walked or whatever, came back in, I left the door open because I'm like, my first appointment is at 8. I'll close the door when my first appointment happens, but this place needs to air out. And the morning air is the coolest. Cold air helps disinfect shit. So before 8 o'clock happens, my sister gets up, tells the dog out, and closes the door. I'm like, okay, whatever, now the door is closed. These motherfuckers go and lie and say that I left the door open all night. When did I ever leave the door open all night? I opened the door when I got up in the morning to get some food at 7 o'clock in the morning. The door was open for less than an hour. And everyone's talking about I'm lying. You know, y'all's comprehension skills are off. Y'all going back fucking lying, getting this man to hype up, and guess what? I'm the one getting physically abused about it, and y'all want me to give a fuck about y'all's feelings. No. So he comes over. I already know we're not talking. I already know what the fuck is happening. When I hit the knock on the door, I was just like, who is it? And in his angry ass voice, it's Dad. And it's just like, alright. I literally was trying to buy myself some time. I was like, I'm too tired for this. He gets so angry. I called 911 twice. Because if you call 911, they will come to where the phone, the location of the phone. Okay? So, I called 911 twice, put the phone in my robe pocket, and opened the fucking door. Opened the door, they're mad at the fact that my dog ran the out, yelling at me to put the dog up. Literally standing in my doorway. Standing in my doorway right there. Standing right there. In my doorway. And then it's getting mad that I don't want to step outside of my door. It's like, I already know what the fuck is about to happen. Who willingly wants to step into a domestic violence situation? Nobody. Especially when the last time I saw you, I told you I was pregnant. And you didn't give a fuck. So that makes you think you're going to get now. You're not, but you did. So, aggressive as literally pulling me around everywhere, pushing me into the table, threatening me with the 1800 fucking alcohol bottle, punching me in the face, like literally my whole face on this side. My whole face right here on this side, you can see. It's swollen. Like, it's swollen. All of this right here is swollen. I got punched right here. Okay? Then he gripped my head, like, to take my bonnet off. My hair, I just braided it. It was flat. You can see all the fucking sprays from when he pulled the fucking, like, look at my hair. My hair looks crazy. So, like I was saying, literally physically attacked me. Then, in the middle of the fucking argument, the cops showed up, thank God, to stop the abuse. And there's a whole debacle. So I'm sitting down, literally sitting down. Cops coming in and out of the house. He's sitting outside, explaining stories. Back to Thanksgiving. Back to Thanksgiving, upset at my reaction to a friend popping up for my birthday. Like, literally just shit that a female would whine and complain about. It's just like, but you're a grown man in your 50s. The fuck you care about how my reaction was for somebody popping up? And you don't know this. I was actually vlogging, so my entire reactions on there and what was happening before, which had me violent, is explained in the video. So, literally, my sister came in thinking it's about to stop this video. It's not, because after the whole situation, she left with her dog. My mom left. Again, didn't do anything. And then he left. And before he left, with the cop sitting right there, you know we're done, right? I am assuming so. I told you I was pregnant, you didn't do anything. Literally, I'm on the ground. He's on top of me. On top of me. On top of me. He's like 200 something pounds. I am barely 100 pounds. On top of me. And you're gonna sit here and say, I hope you know we're done, right? The cops were called. I would hope we would be done. So, we knew about this, about the fact that there is absolutely no support and no help for domestic violence survivors, like none. I researched it back in college. Nothing happened then. Like, we go and look at their policies and everything. I researched it today. You call the police station, they have you call the courthouse, they have you call domestic violence hotline, and everybody just sends you in loops and sends you in circles. So, the point of this video is, one, to truly acknowledge the fact that you guys have already known, have talked about it before. I am a domestic violence survivor. Okay? And in the first video, I didn't want to air out who it was by, because at that point it had stopped. And I had gotten to a point of forgiveness. But here I am 30 and it has started again. So, from this video, you can compare it to the first video. We all know now who it is. Okay? 2, there has got to be something done that truly protects domestic violence survivors. Because there's nothing done. There's nothing. In the middle of a situation when the cops are called, you're up and away explaining what the happened, making sure you're still safe because the person's still there. You forget to ask about or do any research about an emergency protective order. So then when you call the police station, they tell you you have to call the courthouse. When you call the courthouse, they tell you to call the police station. They literally just send you in a bunch of circles and loops, and it's just like, yeah, but my life is at risk. Same with my baby, okay? And it's just like, everyone wants to sit here and try to convince me that I'm not pregnant. Explain all the changes that my fucking is making. I literally have a fucking up, and I will insert all the pictures here. My hips are growing. Literally, my body is sore. Right now, my body is sore for multiple reasons. My body was sore yesterday. So fucking sore. Because literally my hips are growing. My ribs are expanding. Like, there's literally parts where you can literally see them extrude, like protruding out of my body because my ribs are expanding. My hips are growing. I have pictures and videos. Like, explain that to me. Explain my body going through the changes. Okay? So, my body was sore yesterday. Because of that, literally, my knees are doing the pregnancy kneecap thing. And if you've ever been pregnant, knows what I'm talking about. Like, literally everything about my body has changed. I've had the heat flashes. I've had the vertigo. I think that's what it's called, a vertigo, whatever it is, like when the rim spooning and all that shit. I've had that. Like, the increasing of peeing, the hunger, all of it, the nausea. I've had it all. And y'all want to convince me with the going on with my body, and y'all don't even know y'all's own body or know your fucking self, and you're sitting here trying to tell me about me. Okay, so there needs to be something done, because if someone's calling in fear of their life about being attacked and the cops have already came out, what are you doing to protect them? Nothing. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. They just send you in a bunch of circles. Like, my whole body right now is so antagonizingly sore, outside the fact that it's growing from the fact that I'm having a child. My body's sore because I literally was tossed, pulled, and thrown to the ground by a grown-ass man who claims to be my father. And sat on top of me and threatened me with a bottle, and got mad when I wanted to walk out of my own front door. Like, and then my sister now is walking around turning on her taser. I have a taser too. I will call the cops. So, with that being said, this is here, so if something happens to me, you guys know why. This is not how I want to tell you guys I was pregnant. So, I want to do that in a much better fashion. Literally was setting everything up to take photos today. I wasn't going to post them until later, but literally was setting everything up to take photos today. I already picked up my nail color. I already picked up my outfit. Everything. Am I in the mood? No. But here we are. So, yep. I love you guys. And I will provide information down in the description box down below that will attempt to help you if you're a domestic violence survivor, because they don't really help. I know that's so cynical, but they don't really help. So yeah, I will provide the information, and if you are a domestic violence survivor, I am sorry for everything you've gone through. I am here with you, and we will get this figured out. I promise you, before my last day here on earth, I will have some kind of policy changed for domestic violence survivors. That is a promise, because I've been dealing with this shit for way too long, and no one does anything about it. Everyone wants to get mad at me, and it's like, I'm the smallest one, literally the smallest one in my family, the shortest, the skinniest, and I've been abused the most. Everybody wants to get upset with me for how I act. Well, I haven't felt protected my entire life. Like, huh? Everything I built by myself with no help. I'm like so confused, and everybody's reactions. Like, it's absolutely absurd. It is truly, truly, truly absurd. But that is my video, and yeah. I also know for a fact my phone is hacked and I'm being monitored. My ex, who I haven't even talked to in I don't know how long, has my location. How? Because I didn't send it to him. Right. So yeah, every single time I start vlogging, if someone's at the house, as soon as I start vlogging, they come back. So yep. And that's all I have to say. So I will see you guys in the next video.
Okay, now that you guys have seen the video, I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit about her. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the bulletin, the flyer that's out, so I'm gonna put this on the screen now. And I mean, it's just sad that a person has to go missing for people to understand and to really look into what's going wrong. I'm not saying her family didn't, but now there's a bigger light shining on this incident. And I hope that Cookie is found. That way she can get whatever help that she needs, because there's a lot of things going on there, and you know, we can't put the pieces together without her. So this says, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Missing Persons Unit. Investigators are asking for the public's help locating a missing person, Chrisean Ashley Sims, also known as Cookie. She was 30 years old, African-American female. She was last seen on September 8th on the 2100 block of Broche Avenue in Duarte. Now, like I said, her mother has come forward and said that she has been seen 9/11 through 9/12, at a nearby hospital in Pasadena, complaining of shortness of breath and things like that. So we're guessing that's the last actual point of contact. Now, continuing here, it says Chrisean is 5'1" tall, 120 pounds, with black shoulder-length hair and brown eyes. Miss Sims has a tattoo of "It's found in the soul" on her left shoulder, collarbone area, "Earth" on her left forearm, and a tattoo of Spanish writing on her back. Her family is concerned for her well-being and asks the public for help. If anyone has any information about this incident, we encourage you to contact the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department of Missing Persons Unit. The phone number is 323-890-5500. So with that being said, guys, I just want everybody to look for the signs. Look for the small details of someone asking and reaching out for help. Yes, I mean, I've been that person too, want to seclude myself in my room and just escape from everything at times. But when it becomes normal behavior on and on again, day and day after day, someone has to take that step and look into the incident, the situation. And I do believe that's what her family was trying to do, but they just didn't know how to go about it or break that ice so that they could be let in. So if you guys have any information about Chrisean Sims, please call 323-8